Most parents of autistic children carry a question they rarely say out loud. Not about today, not about the next appointment, but about what happens to their child 10, 20 years from now. If that thought has ever crossed your mind, I want you to know you're not alone. It's normal to feel overwhelmed by the unknown, but there are things you can start doing today that will help your child and your family thrive as they grow. I'm Ashley Gillespie. I work with parents of autistic children to help them understand their child's unique development and support it through everyday moments at home. This work is deeply personal to me. My cousin Haley is profoundly autistic, and watching her family navigate a system that never gave them the right tools is part of what drives everything I do. That experience is also what led me to this approach, one that parents are using at home to see significant progress in their children in as little as 6 weeks. If you want to understand how, keep watching. Because right now, maybe every day feels like you're managing a crisis. Maybe your child is having meltdowns you can't predict and don't know how to help them through. Maybe they can't communicate what they need and you're left guessing, feeling helpless, watching them get more and more frustrated. Maybe they're constantly moving, jumping on furniture, unable to settle, and you don't know how to slow them down or reach them. Maybe you already put years into ABA therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy, or public school. You've sat in waiting rooms, driven to appointments, paid the bills, followed the plans, and you're still not seeing the progress you were promised. And here's the part that keeps you up at night. Your child is getting older. Every week that passes is a week of development that doesn't come back. And deep down, you're asking the question most parents are afraid to say out loud: what happens to my child when I'm no longer here? And honestly, I don't blame you for feeling stuck. Because what nobody tells you is this: the system was never designed to give your child enough. Some parents go all in, 40 hours a week of therapy, and their child still isn't making the progress they should be. Because even 40 hours a week in a clinic, without knowing how to support development at home, is not enough to change your child's developmental trajectory. But the gap between where your child is now and where they could be feels impossible to bridge alone without someone showing you exactly how. Here's what makes this completely different. I don't just work with your child, I work with you. I teach parents hands-on how to use a therapeutic approach called floor time during your everyday interactions at home. Because the truth is, your child's biggest opportunity for development isn't in a clinic or school. It's in the everyday moments they spend with you. Here's what that looks like in practice. You get a 4-day in-person intensive. That's 16 hours of hands-on training and live therapy with your child so you can learn by doing, not just by listening and watching. This means you leave knowing exactly how to support your child's communication, regulation, and development at home starting immediately. You also get a full developmental profile evaluation. You'll finally have a clear picture of where your child is developmentally, what they need, and specific recommendations for both home and school. You get 3 virtual follow-up sessions, so you're not left on your own after you leave. You have direct support as you put it into practice. If this sounds like what your family needs, book a consultation with me using the link below. We'll talk about your child and figure out together whether this is the right fit or not. I want to show you what this actually looks like for a real family. Emily's parents flew from Trinidad to go through a 4-day intensive program. They had tried everything closer to home and couldn't find anything like this anywhere else. Emily was struggling with tantrums, meltdowns, and very little connection. By the end of those 4 days, Her parents weren't just watching someone else work with their daughter. They understood her development. They knew how to respond to her meltdowns. They left with a full written roadmap and continued receiving support long after they went home. That family crossed an ocean to be here. Now, you might be thinking, that's an exceptional case, and not everyone gets that kind of result. So I want you to know the parents who commit to using this approach at home for just 20 minutes a day consistently see meaningful progress within 6 weeks. That's not the best case. That's what this looks like when parents are genuinely involved. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds expensive. And I want to be honest with you. Yes, it is an investment in you as a parent and in your child's development. But consider what you've already spent on therapies that delivered an hour a week of isolated work with no way to carry it into your home. What we do is grounded in neuroscience. The brain builds new pathways through repeated, meaningful interactions. And those interactions happen at home with you, not in a clinic once a week. This is 16 hours of hands-on learning built around your child, your family, and your home environment. The return on that isn't just progress, it's clarity, confidence, and a path forward. Now, you might also be thinking, maybe I'll wait and see how things go first. I hear that, but here's the reality. The behaviors that aren't addressed at this age have a way of getting harder to change, not easier. The developmental windows your child has right now are not permanent. Waiting isn't neutral. Every month you wait is a month of opportunity your child does not get back. The parents who see the biggest results are the ones who decide to stop waiting. I want to be clear about who this is for. This is for parents who are ready to be part of the solution, who want to understand their child's development and show up as the person who makes the biggest difference in their life. If you're exhausted, committed, and ready to finally have a real plan, this is exactly for you. During your consultation, I'll learn about your child, understand where they are developmentally, and tell you honestly whether I think I can help. Even if we don't work together, you'll leave the consultation with a clearer understanding of how development actually works and what your child needs most right now. Click the link below and book your consultation today. Your child's development is not waiting, and neither should you.